We listen and we don't judge. When we were on our break, I got back together with my ex and we filmed content, and I'm still making money off of it.
How is a woman supposed to dress to attract a decent man? Hear me out, because I dress like this, right? This is how I like to dress, and they think I'm a rainbow flag every single time. Every time I go out with girlfriends and I'm dressed like this, every single time the guy's like, oh, I thought you were a rainbow flag, that's why I didn't hit you up, no. But then if a woman dresses with spaghetti straps and some booty shorts and walks out the crib, she's automatically deemed a... I'm like, how do we win? How do we win here? Huh? Because I'm trying to get a man's, but they think I'm a rainbow flag. And then I know if I go out dressing like a hoochie mama, that I'm going to be attracting the wrong attention. So...
I noticed something about women. You guys, excuse my French, you ladies will act tough, be intimidating, make your voices deep, ready to fight. I mean, when I say ready to fight, I mean, y'all got the square up motion and everything with the fist and stuff, going in the circle, ready to fight. And then you wonder why no man is looking at you. It's because you are a man, unless you want to.
Someone told me this quote this weekend, that if someone betrays you, that you most likely have betrayed yourself at some point leading up to whatever the betrayal was. And my ex cheated on me at a wedding, and I was like, I'm sure I betrayed myself. And I remembered a conversation we had like 4 months into dating that was a huge red flag, and I kind of laughed it off. But I was doing that whole thing like, would you love me if I was a worm? But I said, would you still date me if I like lost all my hair and ended up being bald? And I asked this because both my parents have had cancer, and it's an important question, like, to know if somebody like really authentically likes you. He takes my hair, we're sitting on the couch, and pushes it back and like tries to like decide what I would look like bald. He goes, I think we'd make really good friends. And I was like, am I allowed to be, should I be offended by this? Yes, I should have been offended by that. That was a huge red flag. He pushed back my hair to picture it and then was like, yeah, no. So embarrassing.
So a couple of weeks ago, I was texting a woman, and she told me she was living with her parents, which is, there's no shame in that. She said she's unemployed in between things, living with her parents. Same, like 2 sentences. She asked where I lived. I told her I rent a house. Verbatim. She said, ooh, men who don't own property are a red flag. Live from her parents' basement, she said this. I'm like, is it, like, don't you have a curfew? Like, what? At least I don't have to worry about waking up my parents if I bring somebody home. Like, what? I'm so sorry. Like, champagne taste on a beer budget, right? Again, no shame, but like...
Every couple I know where the woman is on the thicker side and the man is skinny, the woman be knocking Mario coins out. I remember I used to have a roommate. She was on the thicker side and her boyfriend was small, like skinny and short. And I remember one time she broke up with him, I guess. And so he broke into our apartment and he hid behind her bedroom door with a knife. When she walked in the room and he popped out from behind the door, she knocked him into the ground. The police came and everything. And I think they still got back together after that. But if you're a skinny man and you can't handle that, don't go get you a thick woman because she's going to knock you down.
After hearing that story time, I really see why divorce is at an all-time high. So this man, his name is Zach. It's Zach's birthday and all he wanted was some pizza for his birthday. The pizza place was 4 hours away. So he like, okay, let's make a weekend out of it. We could just drive up there and enjoy the weekend and the pizza. They drove up there, cool. But by the time they got there, they was tired and it was late. So they just got fast food. The next day though, they went to like some amusement park or something and did everything the kids wanted to do. And then his wife, Haley, this lady, she had the bright idea, let's go eat to Paula Deen's restaurant. Zach took her to Paula Deen's restaurant. And after that, she's like, you know what? I'm too full. I don't think I could handle any pizza. The whole damn reason why they came up there. So they went home, passed the damn pizza restaurant on the way home and never stopped to get that man a slice of pizza for his birthday. And the icing on the cake, when they got home, she's like, you know what? I really could have went for that pizza, but I just didn't want to say anything. And while he's telling this story time, you just hear her laughing, cackling like a hyena in the background. I don't see nothing funny, mama. Like, I really hate when y'all make me do this. I hate when y'all make me be on the man's side. But some of y'all just don't have it up here. It's not, what they say, common sense is not common. You could have got that man a slice of pizza. He ain't come to you asking for no F-150 or no motorcycle, nothing like that. He said, can I have a slice of pizza? And what did you do? Go to Paula Deen's. And he just seemed like such a sweet little man. Like, he would do anything for this woman. Girl, you better go drive to wherever y'all just came from. Go get that man a box of pizza, not a slice of pizza. Because that was messed up.
Story time on when I flew to another state to meet this young that's lit on the internet. And to me, I felt like he was cat. So yeah, I met him on the internet. I was in Bahamas like the beginning of January for my son. I'm sorry, the beginning of February for my son's birthday or whatever. And he DM'd me on Instagram like, need you. So I'm like, oh, I've been trying to get you me or whatever like that. So he like, whatever. We gonna exchange numbers or what? So I'm like, yeah, because he's some fight. I love Darcy. And when I say he's some fine shit or whatever like that. So on the internet, he got 2 watches, big Cardi, 6 cars, supposedly own his house, and he young as fuck or whatever. Like that. Dressed nice, always designer down, always posting mad money, etc. So, that's my type. I love me a hood, get money. So he asked for my number or whatever like that. So I gave him my number. And he texted me, and I'm not gonna lie, it was little signs that I didn't like. If I'm on vacation with my kids, I remember I posted my drink or whatever, and I didn't text him right back, and he's on my phone oh, you see me text you or whatever, but you posting that right there was like you only have my number for 20 minutes, chill out. But I let him slide. So we planned to see each other or whatever whatever like that on this Saturday. That's this Saturday, right? And we planned for me to come Valentine's Day weekend or whatever. And he really was on where he was like, oh, come whatever, what day, what time, it don't even matter. Whenever you could come, just come. So I chose that weekend because I'm free every other weekend for my kids. They go with their dad or whatever like that. So that was my free weekend. So I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I thought he was a fake page at first or whatever like that, because it just was too good to be true. So we would only text. And he'll tell me to FaceTime him, but by the time I FaceTime him or whatever, he not answering. Now he got an excuse or he don't FaceTime back. So, bitch, I started thinking I'm gonna get catfish if I go down here. So I told him, I'm like, look, this Wednesday, the Wednesday before the Friday. So I'm like, FaceTime me before Friday or I'm not coming. So now he got all that energy. He FaceTime me, etc. I got him on the phone before you really couldn't. He'd just be like that. So he FaceTime me. He was real, looked the same, looked good. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready, etc. So Friday come and we talk and I'm like, you ready? I'm at the nail salon. I'm like, you ready? I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to meet you, etc. So he yeah, or whatever like that. But I feel like his energy was a little off because he was more excited days before. So I'm like, you good, love? You okay? Because I'm like, I feel like your energy is kind of off. You're not excited as you was. So he's like.
So this is a mom moving out here like this in the street. Just came back from the Bahamas with her son for his birthday. And this is the way she's acting. But they say men aren't disciplined.
Oh, I just found out I got to get my daughter or whatever today. Mind you, it's the day I leave. I'm leaving at 10 p.m. at night to land. I think my flight would land 12:48 a.m. originally. So I'm like, yo, I took our work for this or whatever, and I already checked into the flight. And he's like, well, what's the issue? Nobody didn't tell you not to come. You can still come. I'm good. I'm gonna just get a sitter. If anything, her and the sitter just stay at my house and we could just get a room. So I'm like, you know what? All right, that's cool. I'm all for that. Or whatever the case may be. So I still go. I get my nails and I run to the mall. I get everything I need. I pack and I tell him all right, I'm for the land at this time. I go to the airport. Mind you, y'all, I'm rushing because I'm last minute. I get to the airport. I board the flight or whatever like that. So before I boarded the flight, he texted me this hotel, Cigna or something like that. It's one of the best hotels in Atlanta. So I tried to book the hotel online, but everything was booked up. So I told him, I'm like, look, everything booked up because it's Valentine's Day weekend. So he nah, you got to call. So I called and everything was booked up. Literally, it was no hotel. So he well, find whatever you can find and just book it. And I'm going to get you from the airport. So I'm like, what's your budget? So he like, what you mean? I'm like, what's your budget? Like, I booked the room, but when I land, I expect to get my money back or whatever like that. So I'm on the plane, y'all. The plane done took off. So the nigga like, oh, the least you could do is pay for the room. So I'm like, huh? So this when the mishap coming, because I get it. Okay, we supposed to stay at your house originally, but then your child came into play. So now we gotta go stay somewhere else, which is cool. Cause I think a hotel is better anyway, cause you don't know me and I don't know you. And it's more safer, I feel like. So he like, yeah, like you can pay for the room. I'm gonna fund the rest of the trip. Baby, you a whole scammer. You think I'm paying for a hotel for you to come with me? So he all like, yo, I feel like you could pay for something. I'm funding the rest of the trip or whatever the case may be. Yo, so we start arguing or whatever like that. So then the plane land and I'm like, you really arguing over a $300-something hotel, but you scamming. You hitting all these licks, all this big money you posting. I mean, like $20,000-$30,000. You can't book a $300 hotel. And I just felt like if you brought me to your city, you should make sure I'm good. Like, if you came to my city and something happened, I'm going to correct it before you get there. I'm going to figure it out. Because, I mean, why wouldn't I? Like, it don't make sense. I didn't ask to come near.
Well, to be fair, he's acting irresponsible too. But the fact that you're out that late at night moving around like that with kids on the internet now like this is a really bad look. How do you expect your kids, how do you expect your son to view you if you're moving around in the world like this?
You wanted to come. Now, I agree we wanted to see each other, but still, like, what? So when I landed, arguing, going all back and forth, so I'm like, listen, cancel your sitter, stay home with your kid, go ahead and bond, I'm cool. Like, I ain't even link you no more, etc. Y'all, this nigga was like, oh, you must be coming to come see another nigga. Nigga, what? I took off from my job, stopped one of my business to come see you. And you talking about that's your response? Y'all, he arguing. I couldn't believe it because I'm like, bro, like, if you getting all this money and you got all this motion, all going on, like, $300 is nothing. So I'm like, if I book this hotel, you can't come. So that's what I did. I booked the hotel, and shout out to that Spirit flight attendant because, yo, he stayed in that airport with me and found me a hotel, y'all. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have had nowhere to stay, like, at all. But I booked that hotel, y'all, and I left that nigga on red. Like, I stopped responding, and I just made it into a solo trip. But I still was just, like, mad because I trip. Like, Atlanta cool. We used to do that for New Year's, but, like, just to go and spend that much money, it was just, like, I could have went somewhere else.
She keeps on bringing up that $300 and saying that he has money, talking about it shouldn't be a problem for him to pay for X, Y, and Z. This is what modern women do. Every time they automatically hear that you have money, they go into gold digger mode and think he's going to spend every last dime on me. And if he doesn't, he's selfish and he's broke.
Like, that was kind of crazy. So me personally, I just feel like his lifestyle got to be kept because I done dealt with some big, I mean, like, that's running businesses to get legit money. I done dealt with a rapper. I'm not gonna say who he is because he is a big rapper that y'all listen to every single day. But money ain't complaining. They're not doing all that. Like, I'm telling you, they're not doing all that. Like, when you come see them, they have everything into play, everything booked, itinerary set up, all that. Like, it ain't making sense. So to me, his life was just kept. And to be honest, I never really seen him go out and do nothing or anything like that. Like, he not in the mall blowing no money. Like, he ain't no 5-star restaurants. Like, he really don't be doing nothing. Like, he might go skate or something, but, like, other than that, like, they don't be really like with the money he's supposed to have. Like, he got all this motion. You would think he'd be tripping, like, something. Like, nah, he not doing none of that. So me personally, the life is kept. And I was just mad because I felt like, damn, like, I flew here to see you and this happened. Never doing it again. And then his excuse was, well, you knew what I had going on and you still came. You never told me not to come. When I checked in with you and we spoke, you told me to still come. It wasn't an issue. And you was going to get a sitter. Like, what? That don't even make sense. Like, make it make sense. I would have said, boom. I'm not that pressed to see, like, bitch, you know, like, what? Be for real. I was just upset at the fact that you still allowed me to come or whatever like that, knowing that you was going to do that or whatever the case may be. And I'm not saying he lying about getting his kid to do that, like, but no, it's a Valentine's Day week or something going on and be like, oh yeah, you not, I'm going to stick him with the kid because I don't want him to be with no other bitch. So it do be like that, but still, like, come on, yo. Like, I don't live down the street. I live in another state. I flew there.
Now, this is his side of the story, so let's see what he has to say. And I think somewhere in there, he had screenshots of text messages.
All right, look, this is going to be called the part one of, if you're going to tell the story, then tell the full truth, you feel me? This part one, though. So, look, right, let me get this, like, straight to y'all. First and foremost, I'm not a YN, you know what I'm saying? I'm 25 years old, you know? But check this out, I'm not from Atlanta at all, you feel me? I live in Atlanta now, I'm from Iraq, you feel me? But all this like, okay, well, we gonna start off with the whole, he flew me out type thing, you know? I never flew out. So this whole, oh yeah, he flew me out and put me on Spirit is cap. You know what I'm saying? I never flew out. I never paid for no flight, you feel me? None of that, you get what I'm saying? Now, I really don't know how to like to work it as far as in like, if I can post the messages when I'm talking type shit. I don't know if I can do that here, but I'm finna try it though. I ain't gonna lie, like, you really don't let me get in the hang of it for real. Cause now I got it figured out so I can go ahead and do these little, you get what I'm saying? So look, right? Now, we just gonna piggyback off of the whole, she said, like, what for it is? Oh yeah, he got mad with me because I was out of town and texting my kids and all that, like, whatever that's supposed to be about. Anywho, ain't got nothing to do with nothing at all, you get what I'm saying? Fast forward to these messages, you get what I'm saying? Now look, now check this out. She say like, I supposed to pay for a hotel or, we argued about a hotel or like some money, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what really pissed me off. Like, that's what made me even get into this whole, you did anyway, you feel me? Now, that's my whole thing. Now, I done made it clear that I was getting my daughter Friday. You know what I'm saying? I let her know at 4 p.m. on Friday, like, okay, well, I'm getting my daughter and I'm gonna have her for the weekend, or the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Now, your flight don't leave until 11 o'clock, whatever the case may be. Your flight don't leave until 11 o'clock at night. Now, by your flight don't leave at 11 o'clock tonight, meaning like, okay, well, I ain't really trying to be mean to you, but like, I'm giving you all the signs, what for this, all right, well, I just told you my daughter coming. I done already let you know, like, beforehand, I'm not bringing nobody around my daughter. Like, it ain't none of that type of going on, especially no stranger. Like, it ain't none of that going on. I got too much respect for myself, you know what I'm saying, my daughter mama and my daughter alone. People be having weird intentions and shit towards kids, whatever. Now, so if I'm letting you know this already on some, like, you feel me? It ain't none of that going on. Being off rip, you, like, you feel me? You should have either not even got your ass on the flight for one, because your flight didn't leave until 11 o'clock later on that night. I told you at 4 o'clock. You try to tell me like, oh yeah, I already checked in my flight. Checking in your flight don't mean nothing at all. You know why? Because you still can cancel or like whatever. It don't matter. I don't, like, you know what I'm saying? I know for a fact.
Yeah, you could probably cancel and get a flight credit or something like that. That's what I've done in the past. But you was talking about all the money that he had, and he should have been able to do X, Y, and Z and be generous. But you had money too. That's what you're talking about, big money stuff. You should have been able to cancel the flight, no problem, if it was Spirit, and it shouldn't have been no problem. What happened was y'all was talking to each other back and forth. Y'all both got hot. And then you just decided, oh, I got to see him at all costs. I'm trying to negotiate. But really, it's not a negotiation because I'm going to go out there anyway. I really just got to see him. And you got played. That's what it's starting to sound like.
Cancel your flight, reservation, whatever. Get a refund, whatever. So I let her know, like, you feel me? It's a possible chance that I can get a, you know what I'm saying? It's a possibility that I can get a babysitter. But, like, that one never 100%. You feel me? Like, regardless of me getting a babysitter or not, right? I never, ever was staying at no hotel for one. Like, you a stranger. You get what I'm saying? I was not doing like that. You a stranger. I don't even know you for real. And you too thirsty. Like, you throwing me off for real. You too thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Now, cool. Now, in the mix of all that, right? Okay, she get her. Now, she get her. She knew on the plane, like, oh yeah, she had to get her a room, like that, whatever the case may be. Because of the simple fact, I get to ask her, like, okay, well, what you finna do as far as in, like, hotel-wise, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna help you look for a hotel, like, GT, you know what I'm saying? But, like, you should be already under the impression, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you not to come for real, because of the simple fact, I'll let you know I got my daughter. If I'm telling you, like, okay, well, he got his daughter, and you can't, he not bringing you around his daughter, my daughter, this, you know what I'm saying? She gonna be here with me. So she gonna be with me, then that means you can't be here at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't none of that going on. Cool. Long story short, whatever the case may be, she ended up paying for her own flight. You feel me? She ended up paying for her own hotel or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? She's mad or whatever the case may be. But my thing is, look, right now, she never not once said like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pay for the hotel, but when I land, give me the money. What? The first thing I told her was, find something that you can afford, you feel me? Like, find something you can afford, whatever in your budget, like, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't about no $300 or no hotel or nothing like that. We never argued about no hotel, because I made it clear, like, clear as day, like, okay, well, I'm not sleeping in no hotel. Well, I know I sleep in a hotel. I mean, I got a house, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, she could pay for the hotel. She was just expecting you to reimburse. Modern women feel this way. You remember the older lady that was saying, hey, if we go out on a walk for a date and you feel like I'm a good person, then I think that maybe you should Venmo me the difference for what the steakhouse would have been a little bit later. She was dead serious.
I'm just worried about your well-being, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's already damn near 1 o'clock in the morning when you land. You got to have somewhere to sleep at. I don't want you to sleep in the airport like that, you feel me? Cool, now. She get all in, or whatever the case may be. She act like she got an attitude out of this world. She really was on some, she thought I was going to put her before my daughter. Type, oh, yeah, well, we had plans and whatever. Like, I know who you is. Don't nobody come before my daughter, you feel me? Now, mind you, like, okay, so that was that whole Friday. Now, look, I still text her on Saturday just to make sure, like, she was good, she was safe. Because at the end of the day, you're not from Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? You're not from Atlanta at all. I'm not from Atlanta at all, but, like, it was just cold that night. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, yeah, are you okay? You know, on some, like, checking up on her, you feel me? See, oh, yeah, I had found a room. You know, none, like, everything was regular for real. Nah, really went left for real that Saturday when it came to the point what it is. She got to text me all, like, extra thirsty. Like, you got breath mints and, like, numbing spray. You know what I'm saying? That to me, you know what I'm saying? All right, okay. All right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Brush that off. And then you got to ask me, like, oh, yeah, have I ever gave my behind ate? I don't know if TikTok gonna, like, blur it out or something. Hold on, this lady's throwing me off now. You know what I mean? You throwing me off. You throwing me all the way off. You get what I'm saying? So now I'm just like, nah, hell no. She won't be seeing me at all. You get what I'm saying? I'm not finna link up with you. I'm not finna hate you. It ain't none of that going on. Like, you know, I'm cool on it. I'm straight on it. Now, mind y'all, it would never ever be a storyline. It wouldn't be a story time. It wouldn't be none of that. You know why? If I pulled up to see her at that hotel, any of that, you know what I'm saying? If any of that went her way as far as in, like, intercourse, she would have never made a story time. You get what I'm saying? Now, mind you, like, she was scaring me on some, like, hold on, don't be saying like that to be like, you know, you scaring me for real. It's like, you know, like, hold on. You been a little bit too thirsty, you feel me? Now, my whole thing is, on top of you being a little bit too thirsty, right? I mean, on top of her being a little too thirsty, right? I'm just like, all right, okay, whatever. You feel me? Like, now mind y'all, rewind. We was texting it for like, probably like a week and a half. I want to say we probably was texting for like a week and a half.
So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off right here and show you the text message. You can pause to read, but basically what's happening here is they going back and forth. They don't want to have any small talk. They really just want to get down to business. She's saying, well, my cousin's worried about me. He say, yeah, I get it. You know, the usual back and forth that you would have when you're not knowing somebody and you just want to link up. And then a little bit later on, he checked on her. She was upset about it, came back to her senses and said, you know what, I probably never do something like this again, which you probably shouldn't have in the first place. But then she got hot again and said, no, probably, and it's just my assumption, no, I really want to, you know, come down here and get what I came for. And then that's why she's saying, are you going to link with me? Can you still get a sitter? And then I would really like to know the timeline on this, but this is the throat spray pick that she was talking about. So as you can see, I think this is probably afterwards when they were talking, and she said this to him after he said, I think one of them said they asked for a full body pic, and this is what she sent and said. He say, this is what I'm about to do to you. Basically giving you an imagination. I'm about to take care of you. And honestly, at this point, I gotta agree with somebody in the comments that said we would have never known any of this had this woman not shared. Once again, modern women love to get on the internet and embarrass themselves. And when people call them out and hold them accountable, then all of a sudden it's their fault.
So let me get this right. She's 31 with 3 children. She's not married. She hops on a Spirit flight that she pays for on Valentine's Day at 11 p.m. with nowhere to stay for a chance with a man she saw online who she perceived to have money, but he quit responding to her. And the only thing she had to entice him once she got into the room, she had to find and pay for. The only thing she had to entice him was her body.
We keep on telling y'all that modern women don't have nothing else that they bring to the table except this, and y'all wonder why men walk away.
As nasty as men are, you know you don't cross the line when a man say never mind. When a young man at 25 living in Atlanta, a handsome young man, tell you never mind, you don't went too far. When that throat spray girl sent that man a picture of throat spray and he said, you got a sore throat? baby, I would have traded my phone in. I would have traded my phone in for an iPad.
Wait, so y'all was trolling me and all the syrup throat spray is going? It's going?